In this video, we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and everything you need to know about living in Helotes, Texas. Stay tuned, it's coming right after this. Hey guys, this is Carlos and
Eric.
We're with the Nil and Nil team right here in San Antonio, Texas. Welcome back if you've been to the channel before. If not, and it's your first time visiting, go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you're notified each and every time we do a video. We're doing content about San Antonio, the whole surrounding area, and everything, all real estate in the general area. So today, we're talking about Helotes. If you don't know what Helotes is, it's on the far northwest side of San Antonio, right outside of 1604. Take a look at the area. All right, guys, so as you can tell, one of the pros of living in Helotes, Texas is the country living. What do you like about the country living out there, Eric?
It's just beautiful landscapes. You got rolling hills, you have a lot of greenery, the trees and everything. You could just see hills and hills and hills, you know, as far as you can see. And the windy roads going through all of them is just great scenery.
Yeah, I truly like going out there just to look at some of the homes, just because it's just beautiful out there. You think San Antonio, you don't think hills at all, but when you go out kind of outside the loop, you're gonna see these beautiful different landscapes with these houses that can range from anywhere from like 250,000 all the way up to $1 million on top of some of these hills. But these views are just outstanding. So if you're coming to San Antonio and you don't really like the city, you want to be close enough so you can get to your job or get to downtown, or if you're in the military, then you definitely want to check out Helotes and check out some of these views. Speaking of the country living, one of the pros that I truly like is a place called John T. Flores Country Store.
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of history with this place. A ton of different country bands. Willie Nelson used to play there all the time.
I've seen B.B. King play there one
Really?
time.
Wow. I've never seen that, but that's pretty cool. I have seen Willie Nelson out there one time, but a ton of Texas country groups come out there almost on a weekly basis. So if you love country music, you want to get outdoors, you want to spend some time with your friends and just kind of relax in the outdoor setting, JT Flores is definitely a place you got to visit.
Yep. Oh yeah, one of the pros is this restaurant called El Chaparral right there in Helotes. It's like very good Mexican food. And they also have like mariachi groups that go through there, and I've seen a couple play, and they're really professional groups. They're really good and everything. So you have like the entertainment, and you have like the great food, and they also have like margaritas and all the drinks specials that they got going on. So it's a really good staple in that city, or that town, I guess you can say.
Yeah, if you want to come to San Antonio, you really want to immerse yourself in the culture, even outside of the city limits in Helotes, definitely check them out. Check out this mariachi video we got going on. Eric was actually there live recording this. It's pretty cool.
Yep, a little clip. So if you want to go and listen to them jam out like we were just listening to, go ahead and check them out.
All right, Another one of the pros about Helotes is the school. So Helotes, Texas is actually part of the Northside Independent School District, which is a very great school district around San Antonio. They are rated at an A-, but that's still really good for the state of Texas. There's a ton of competition out there for great schools all around San Antonio, and Helotes is definitely at the top of the list. They got high schools like Sandra Day O'Connor, which is really into the agriculture and farming type lifestyle out there in Helotes. They also have some great elementary schools like, of course, Helotes Elementary, Kuntz Elementary, and Beard Elementary. Some really great schools out there. So if you're a family with some kids, got some school-age kids, definitely a great place to raise a family.
Yep. All right, another good plus of Helotes is they have like Old Town Helotes. It has a bunch of little cool shops. You could, go on a date out there, go look at all the different shops, go antiquing and stuff. And they have like a little bit of wineries out that way as well. So it's a really cool little flavor inside that little town and everything like that. Real small, old school buildings and everything. Is really, really great place to go check out actually.
Yeah, it's really called their Main Street, but it really gives you that small town feel, but really like 5 minutes outside the city limits. So even if you don't live in Helotes, definitely go check out Old Town Helotes. There's a ton of things to do, ton of great things to see. It's right across John T. Floor's country store as well. All right, and one of the last pros that we're going to talk about today is actually the location of Helotes. So as I mentioned earlier in the very beginning, Helotes is located on the far northwest side of San Antonio, which is really close to a lot of major employers like Valero, there's USAA, HEB.
There's a bunch of bars you could work.
There's a ton of big employers out there though. It is right on 1604. So if you're coming like from Austin, so if you're coming like from Bernie or just anywhere around the rim or La Cantera, it's going to be a quick drive. Now from downtown, it's probably like a 25-minute or maybe 30-minute drive to get downtown. So it's really close to pretty much everything. They got some really great homes out there as well. I think the average price sits right around $300,000. But as I mentioned earlier, they do have some homes that start around $250,000. Then you get up to those like luxury type $1 million homes. There's a lot of homes with like land. So if you don't like to be right on top of your neighbor, you want a little bit of space, Helotes is definitely a great place to look at as well.
Yes.
All right, now we talked about the good. Of course, when there's good, there's also bad. So some of the cons in Helotes, just like anywhere in San Antonio, is the traffic. You ever deal with the traffic out there?
Oh man, just trying to get anywhere in San Antonio nowadays is just, I think there's just traffic everywhere. So it's kind of like it's a con, but it's something that's an unfortunate deal we're gonna have to deal with, I guess, for the next like 10 to 15 years, who knows. So
yeah, and Helotes is constantly getting bigger and developing, and it's right off of 1604. As we mentioned in a couple of our other videos, traffic on 1604 is just bad all the time. They're just going to be doing constructions, seems like forever. But right there where Bandera and 1604 meet, that's kind of where you exit to get out on get into Helotes. There's like always traffic going on. They did just redo the intersection to make it a little bit better. So it did get a little bit better, but the traffic out there is still pretty bad. But as we mentioned before, if you're coming from another big city like LA or New York, it's nothing compared to that. So you'll probably be happy to be in this traffic. Now another con living out in Helotes, because you're out in the country, is critters. What do you think about the critters out there?
Snakes, tarantulas, wasps, scorpions, all those cool things that come with living in the country.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad, people. I mean, wherever you're gonna go, there's gonna be some sort of critter, but yeah, they're there. I mean, you can't mistake. I mean, there's gonna be also porcupines. There's also gonna be skunks, and there's also gonna be raccoons and stuff like that. But those dumpster pandas are usually in the city too, so I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen armadillos out there, and don't be surprised if you see deer in your front yard almost every single morning. But you know what? It's amazing to be in the city and still be able to see some wildlife out there. I personally love it. I love seeing the deer out there. Again, you can't hurt the deer, you can't eat them. There's a huge fine if you do that. They are protected in the city, so it's really great to see them. But sometimes I think the worst of it is that just having those raccoons getting up in your ceiling and things of that nature. But call pest control, get it taken care of. You see snakes every now and then, but not too often.
Yeah. Carlos sometimes takes care of his clients, goes to their house and does all that extermination.
Yeah, I go up there and with a little knife. Not really. One of the cons around San Antonio, including Helotes, is the property taxes. Now, you aren't inside of the city limits, so they are a little bit lower than they would be inside of San Antonio city limits, but you're still at about 2.4, 2.5% property taxes, which is really high coming from outside of the state or outside of the city. So property taxes can definitely be a nuisance. So if you're looking to buy a home, factor that in to the overall cost and your mortgage payment, because a lot of people come here and they don't realize how much the property taxes are. Now, if you are a 100% disabled veteran in San Antonio and the surrounding areas, you don't got to pay any property taxes, which you can buy a much bigger home just because that's going to cut out $300 to $500 out of your mortgage payment. So that's really good. Things. Okay. And one of the last cons of living in Helotes is that there's not really any walkability. So anywhere you go, you're going to have to drive. Unless you're staying down in Old Town Helotes and you don't want to go anywhere else, then you can walk around there. But if you want to get to work, if you want to go to your neighbor's house, if you want to go really anywhere, you can't really walk. You can, but you're going to be walking for a couple miles.
Like a lunch.
Yeah, they do have the Via bus system that goes out there, but as I mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of the Via bus system just because it takes a really long time to get around town. But so expect you must have a car to get around anywhere out there, which is not a bad thing. I personally never been without a car, so I know some people coming from these bigger cities that can walk everywhere. Sometimes don't even have a driver's license, but I think Cardi B was talking about not having a driver's license. She didn't even know how to drive. So if she came to Helotes, she wouldn't be going anywhere. She'll be singing from her house all the time. But either way, overall, Helotes is a beautiful little city, beautiful little town. It's its own municipality, has its own police officers, has its own. They have their own Carnival, which is a carnival they have in Helotes every year. They have their own rodeo. It's really like a small little city, small little town, right on the outskirts of San Antonio. So you really feel like you're part of San Antonio, but you have everything that comes with living in a small town. You got any questions about moving here? You want to visit anything at all real estate related? Give me or Eric a call. I'm going to put the contact information somewhere around here, but we really absolutely love hearing from our viewers. So if there's anything we can do for you, just reach out. You guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you guys later.
See you later.
Peace.
Yep.
All right.